What's up, everyone? What's up? What's up? Oh, you know what I should do? This. You are so annoying. Bad. Cool. Doot. What's up, guys? Going to be talking about the Obama speeches. Wait. I hate all these. Very bad at this. Hey, Ricky, what's up? Oh, nice, Ricky. What's up, Skog? I'm gonna do that thing after this, okay? All good. I haven't forgotten, bro. I'm with you. All right. Yeah, of course, dude. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we, as we last left the we got cut off. My internet went out last night while we were talking about this. So we were talking about the Michelle Obama speech and the Obama speeches in general. But my internet shut off, so I'm going to splice them together with the magic of computers, and we're going to talk about it right now. Finish talking about it. All right, so let's get back into it.
That's where the truth of this country lies. Not in grabbing as much as we can get for ourselves, or knocking folks down to prop ourselves up.
I think that's just like I wish she was just more forceful here talking about Elon, talking about grabbing as much as you can for yourself. Is she talking about corruption in general? Is she talking about Elon trying to be being a trillionaire? Like what is she actually talking about here? I think you had to call it out. Hey, Michael, what's up? Twitch chat, how's it going?
The relentless striving, the quiet dignity that is inside all of us. Our greatest hope is that this center can reflect back just a fraction of that light.
I guess I didn't mean to pause on the building before. I guess it definitely is a building. Is this like what's it called? Absurdist or something? I don't know. What's going on with the Strait? I think Hormuz, I don't know. I guess Iran's trying to trying to close it again. I don't know. It's hard to know. Brutalist. Maybe it's brutalist. I don't know.
That it can capture the beauty of who we all are, no matter what we look like, or where we come from, or how much money we earn, or how we pray.
I don't know who the designer is.
Or speak, or love. It's why during our administration, we threw open the White House doors to all sorts of folks who don't usually get to meet the president or first lady. The families, pinching pennies.
Roy, how's it going? Thank you. Oh, hola. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo? Buenos días. I'm trying to say welcome. Lo siento. ¿Cómo se dice welcome in español? Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you.
To send their first child to college. The teenagers who know that a hot afternoon means the bullets start flying. The military spouses and children serving and sacrificing just like their loved ones in uniform. The Native kids showing us that resilience and pride
2 days ago
can never be stolen.
Yeah, it just happened.
The 4-Hers and FFA members with calluses on their hands from feeding livestock. The immigrants proving what it truly means to be a dreamer.
True.
These folks...
Dude, immigrants are the lifeblood of America, man.
Too. They are America. They are the beating heart of this country. They are us, and we are them. And to ignore this simple truth, to refuse to respect the contributions and experiences of people who aren't exactly like us, y'all puts us all at risk. Failing to see the humanity in all people puts us all on a slippery slope. And once that slide starts...
To what?
There's no telling where it stops.
It's a slippery slope to what?
A dangerous precedent that flies in the very face of our faith and of the founding promise of this democracy, that all of us are created equal. That each of us is a child of God with inerrant value. And no one, and I mean no one, has the right to sit in judgment of who's American enough. And that's why, folks.
Like, this is like a good speech, like before Trump, like, I just don't feel like she's answering any of like what's actually happening. Like, You know, they have to address it. You have to explicitly say like what it is. I think that like I think that you can skewer Trump's ideology and exactly what he means by doing the things that he does without giving him the attention by constantly mentioning his name. And I think that that's what she's failing to do here. You know, like, I don't think that you can just talk like how great immigrants are without talking about like the ICE raids and, you know, the detention facilities and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I think you have to say like that stuff specifically.
We simply don't have the luxury or time.
Yeah, exactly. Christian nationalism, like anything like that. Like, why isn't she like talking about any of that stuff?
To be cynical or complacent, to wring our hands in despair, to wait for someone.
But God, she's like, we don't have time to be complacent. Bro, you guys have been complacent. The Obamas have been complacent for 10 years. You guys haven't been involved in the public light. Like, you've allowed like more little like citizens be, you know, have a bigger impact in how the world is than you. Like, how I understand that you're not president anymore, but like, how can you not be more than just a standard citizen that just shows up every 4 years and votes and makes a speech at you know, come on, do something
else to fix the problem.
It's just naive, Michael. It's like, exactly.
Is all we have. Because hope is the essential spark that lights the fire of change. But hope is a choice. Whether or not we use our voices to speak up is a choice. Voting is a choice. Being a decent human being is a choice. Believing that we still hold the power to build a country that reflects us all is a choice. The Obama Presidential Center is a living testament to the power of choice, y'all. The historic example that millions of you gave the world about what this imperfect democracy has strived for and achieved. And an urgent call to go out there and do it again. So I hope that when you walk through this campus,
I think Obama said that those 8 years took years off of his life. Dude, the last 10 years took 100 years off of my life. Like, we're living through fascism right now, bro. I don't care that Obama thinks that the Republicans were mean to him. Like, come on, bro. Like, what? Like, come on. Like, that's not good enough. Like, it doesn't matter that Obama's feelings were hurt. Like, what matters right now is the country has been falling into fascism, and both of the Obamas haven't done anything. Like, they were our generational talent and our generational young leaders that could have molded and helped stop this rise by helping young Democrats get into more positions of power. We could have had more Mamdanis. We could have had more AOCs, but instead we have one. Like, it's not good enough. It's not good enough, man.
and bring your children here.
What are they supposed to do? Like anything. Like anything. I mean, they are literally the most popular politicians and public servants in the country. Like they could do a lot. I mean, how often do you hear people say that the Democrats don't do anything and they're too old and they're too out of touch? Obama is young, he's in touch, he's cool, he has good orator skills, he's a good community organizer. Like, use those skills in order to fight fascism, bro. Like come on. Even as like he retired from the public light.
You are reminded of the power of choice and the steady work of change.
It's not been steady.
Unglamorous march up that mountain, 1 foot after another, day after day, generation after generation. But I also hope you fully absorb the elation of achieving something together.
I'll have to look at that, Nico.
You know, that feeling when you clear the tree line and see a vista that takes your breath away. A feeling that can never be erased. And I know that can be hard to grasp right now.
It's 4 months
When
ago.
everything feels so upside down. When fact and fiction run together. When folks seek to stifle speech, limit access to education, devalue diversity.
Imagine that happening.
Erase the inconvenient parts of our history. When our phones constantly buzz with the latest outrage. So I hope that this place...
Bro, like, but the difference between us is that I wasn't the president of the United States one time. Like, I have to be mired in, like, living through that. They have the power to actually do something of it. So her being like, we're just like you. We're just in this together, just like y'all. It's like, what? No, you're not. What? You're not in it with us. You have no idea. It's not okay. It's not the same. Like, this is some really out of touch stuff. Like, we have to sit back just like you guys do. Like, no, you don't, bro. Like, no, you don't. I have to white knuckle this shit and try to, like, create institutions that don't exist. I have to try to, muster any type of political power in order to create a community, in order to organize, in order to try to change things. They have a community. They have organizational skills. They have political will. They have, name recognition. They have it all, and they just haven't been doing anything.
Can offer a respite from all that. At least for a little while. I hope it can reignite the optimism and empathy and ambition that has always powered this country's greatest change. So we want you to come here and put away your phones and talk and laugh and cry, because you're gonna cry, and make new friends. Get your hands dirty in my garden. Push your baby on a swing in the playground. Have a romantic picnic on the great lawn. Because that's the work of democracy too. Being neighborly. Taking care of public spaces. Having some fun, enjoying each other, shaking out of the isolation and division that have crept too deeply into our lives.
Come on, man.
And to my fellow Southsiders, I want you all to make this...
Bro, like, go outside and touch grass is basically what she's saying. Like what? Like, bro, we don't need to go outside and touch grass. We need to politically organize in order to defeat fascism. Like, hello, we don't have time to, like, just sit there and be idle and, like, and just be like, whoa, isn't this cool? Wow, this is so nice that this historical view that the Obama presidency was, like, rose-colored and all that shit. Like what? That is not what we need right now, bro.
Campus, a part of your lives. Be inspired by the world-class art. Check out the books from our beautiful public library. And bring them back on time. Drop some beats in the recording studio, hit some corner threes at home court, hold birthday parties, jumpstart clothing drives, host citywide cleanup days here. Use this campus to show off this place we call home.
Bro, she could be doing all this nationally. All of these things are all community organizing events that they could be doing nationally across the United States. The Obama organization could be doing this. Like, it chapters all across the United States. Like, the idea that they have to, like, only do this here because there's only the Obama building here. Like, what is this, man? Like, the idea of, like, us having a safe space is for, like, us. That's like me and your goals, like us. Like, we community, like, as a community would go and, like, buy a building and have a space that's our, like, safe haven. You probably have those in your local community, like, where it's like it really is a refuge and stuff like that. That's like for normies like us. Like they are the most popular politicians in the world. For them to like retreat back to that and be like, that's all we got, that's all we can do. Come on, man.
Joyful place.
Out of touch.
Where Marion and Fraser Robinson taught their 2 kids to dream big. This hopeful place where an unknown guy with an unknown name took flight. This stubbornly optimistic place where family after family scrapes and claws.
Obama should be on stage endorsing candidates. They should make 10 appearances. That would help. Yeah, exactly, Michael. I mean, they could be like, coaching and creating the new generation of Democratic leaders all across. There could be 10 more AOCs, not just one. Like, come on. Thank you for being in Twitch. Thank you for being in YouTube chat. Shiloh, how's it going? This is just the bread and circus from the left. We need organization, planning, fallback plans, goals. If the established Dems keep this shit up, I'll have to assume they are siding with Trump. I mean, it's embarrassing. It's definitely embarrassing. But I mean, ultimately, what I'm asking for is these people to get more involved than they are, and they're not. That's the problem. I wish that they were more engaged in stuff like that. Like, we need more of an establishment. The Democratic Party doesn't really exist nationally. We don't have a strong Democratic Party. That's just the reality. Like, the Republicans and the Republican Party are connected through capital and greed and exploitation and the deconstruction of our society, through racism, through misogyny. Like, the Democratic Party doesn't have that. It doesn't have a unifying, like, organizational structure. So who's making it? Who is it? Is it the generational like the president that we elected at a historically slow age? I don't know. Yeah, Metro, exactly.
And dances their way to a better tomorrow.
Exactly. That's a great point too, Metro Man. Obama, not in the files, guys. Like, literally not in the files, connected, not at all.
That's what this has always been about. Barack and I have always said that this center is grounded in our stories, but it has never been
Biden too,
about us.
not in the files.
It's never been for us. And it's going to be here long after we're gone. So what it becomes and how it's preserved, that work has to be done by all of us, just like our democracy. And thankfully, you have shown the world what we are capable of. You've proven that a lasting legacy isn't an award or a name on a building or a number of zeros in a bank account, but the difference we make in one another's lives.
Y'all gave us Trump. Like, their inability in order to go after people about the financial collapse, the inability to create that organizational structures, to bring the Democrats together, historical losses at the state and local level, like, and then I can forgive him for 2016, misogyny and was rampant, and I think that led to Hillary losing for sure. But like what did you do after that? Nothing, man. Nothing. Gail, how's it going?
Seeing each other and showing up for each other and carrying.
You didn't show up for us. You didn't show up for us.
When we're weary or faltering or losing faith.
The United States is faltering.
That's how you build something that endures. And that's what you all have done at every twist and turn of this.
That's nonsense. No way. Michelle has zero influence. No way that's true. She's literally one of the most popular public figures in the country. You think she has zero influence? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? That can't be true. Like, that cannot be true. That she has zero influence. Yeah, she could have. I see what you're saying. Sorry, Paper. I understand what you're saying. What has she done? Yeah. I mean, she could, but she hasn't, and she hasn't been using it. Okay, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, what she has done. Shiloh, the Democratic Party is half corpo pricks aligned with the MAGA movement. There's about 25% that wants to do the right thing but don't know how, and the real leftists that want to do something to improve lives. I mean, there is so many of them that aren't willing to really the problem is that the Biden administration like was genuinely made a lot of progress. And so what do we, that is the problem. Like how do you create the democratic structure without a president that can run for a second term? And man, if only there was like a generational, figure that could have helped, do that, bring in a new leadership, a new direction, like, oh man, if only we had that, but we didn't. So, I mean, Biden genuinely did pass progressive legislation that really did improve the quality of people's lives. And so that is the problem. Like it's like, okay, how do we keep people going? On that track, that was progress. Was it a revolution? Like, no, of course not. But like, we have to keep going, on that progress for sure.
The hope that beats within the heart of this campus. You've rekindled and renewed this untamable, unpredictable, and unbreakable democracy. And I know that you all are going to astonish us even more in the months and years ahead, because you all have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that when we truly see each other, when we strive to bring out the best in ourselves and one another, oh, there is no limit to how high we can go. Thank you all. I love you all. God bless you, and God bless this country we love.
So I just I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, Linda, how's it going? Yeah, it is. I wasn't too impressed. I was really frustrated with her talking about how well they did at the 2008 financial collapse. But we'll see. We'll see how. Let's see here. I guess what am I looking for, I guess, in this thing? I want Obama to be the political leader that we've needed in the last 10 years to actually help create organizations and structures and institutions that mirror our values, that can fight for, across the board. And we have to go through a second reconstruction in this country between, routing out MAGA from all institutions. Every MAGA that has been, appointed has to be removed. We have to redo all of our institutions, basically. The Department of Education, how we fund science, how we work as a country, how the government works. Like Obama had and was, one of the last, young people that was really trying to move the government into like a more productive way of being, right? He had his own digitalization project trying to make the government more efficient. Like there's lots of different ways that Obama can interact, advise, being part of the DNC, creating his own organizations. That probably would be the best one, to create his own separate organization, institution, a 501c3, a 501c4 that could actually impact national politics here. So how will a political revolution will not come within the Obamas? I mean, Nico, you either are too young or don't understand what happened in 2007 or 2008. Like he literally was it was young people and the 18 to 25-year-olds that bucked the political establishment and got Obama elected over Hillary. I mean, that was the generational change of the millennials taking over and really making our stand. And by him not carrying that torch, he basically blackpilled a lot of millennials now. And now they're either not involved with politics, they don't think that politics will change. They're both sides, where they think that both the parties are the same, and they're both corrupt. They don't think that revolution's come yet, so they're going to sit on their hands, and they're going to, no communist revolution yet. All right, so I'm just going to sit back and watch Hassan for another 5 hours. So it's like he needs to be a political change agent. He was hope for a generation, but the real change came from his campaign staff, which helped Mamdani get into office. Maybe. I mean, I don't know what the Mamdani staff was. I mean, Mamdani wasn't. The change that came from Mamdani wasn't in terms of policy, legislation he's passed, anything like that. It was him taking over and understanding that politics is done through social media apps, not City Hall. And Mamdani understands that. He understands optics. He understands that kind of that modern way of seeing things. So, I don't know if the Obama campaign staff understand that, or maybe they did, and that's who it is. But I don't know. Like, Obama could be leading a political revolution in the guise of helping get these new political leaders into positions and pushing out these baby boomers and silent generation people. Like, they could be doing that. They're not doing that. It's really embarrassing.
Hello, Chicago. Sweet home, Chicago. Please have a seat. Thank you, Punihi, for that outstanding introduction. President and Mrs. Bush, President and Secretary Clinton, thank you for being with us today and for your devotion to our country.
Don't cast out the boomers. We're fighting fascism also. I mean, it's like, sure. I mean, they're fighting. They're voting Democrat, which is good. I mean, we definitely need more people to vote Democrat. It's like the Democrats are like the boomers, and the millennials are like holding it down, and Gen X. I mean, those are like that's the base right now, unfortunately. Look, I mean, but Democrats do best when we have younger people. We just do. Like, we just do a lot younger. We do better when you have younger candidates. And Obama was one of the younger candidates, and they weren't going through. A lot of them are racist. Bro, I don't know if you've known, but 18 to 25-year-old men right now are hyper misogynist and super racist. So it's like, the younger generations are always going to be progressive meme kind of like completely fell on its face in 2024. I mean, the stats are truly remarkable, unfortunately. So, yeah. The childless are ungovernable. I think Obama is protecting his family by staying on the sidelines. But, Jorge, I understand that. But, like, okay. But they are going to grow up in a world of unfettered, unchecked fascism because of Obama's just dilly-dallying for the last decade. And like, they're going to be impacted for the rest of their lives because of it. So just saying like, well, I'm above it isn't going to be good enough.
And President and Dr. Biden, thank you for your steadfast partnership.
Like, guys, like, look at this. Like, I mean, the reality is that and what's sad. And I say this as someone that like worked for Obama's campaign in 2007. Like, he ran for president too early, like maybe the black pill is like maybe that you do run for president at the end of your career, because as Obama showed, like if you go too early, you risk getting like retiring early. Like look at all these people You know, they should be retired anyway, and they're past their presidency. Like okay, people like AOC, but Obama has taught us that AOC should not be running for president. She should be in like the legislation in the House, trying to become the next Nancy Pelosi, wrangling and running the House for the next 30 or 40 years. That's the reality. That's the sad part, is that like running young progressive candidates is not a good idea. If Obama is shows us that we need people that are going to be, you know, leaders for decades. You know, presidents can only impact the country for 8 years, and if they retire after that 8 years, what's the point? So the question for AOC, if she runs, is like, how are you going to be different than Obama? Why would you be a president like so young? And what did you do after your presidency? And I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that would be. I don't know.
Years.
I don't think it's Obama's responsibility now. They went through a lot while in office, but like we're going through a lot right now. It's fascism right now. Like, I don't care about like the fact that there were, you know, I don't care the fact that the Republicans were mean to him. Like, I care about the fact that like we're like genuinely unchecked, like unmitigated disaster in the United States, economically, institutionally, as a party, as a future, as a country. Like, it is absolutely their responsibility, just as it's our civic responsibility in order to do whatever is possible for us to fight back against this. It's whatever possibility they have. They have the civic responsibility to do whatever they can in their political power. And they have a lot more political power than us. So the fact that Obama just comes in and gives a speech every 4 years and tries to like do nothing in between that isn't good enough. Like, he's not just like some hapless citizen. I mean, I say that I want him to be more involved, not less. Okay? Like, we need someone like Obama to be the generational change agent that we elected him to be. But he retired in his 40s and decided to do nothing with the power that we gave him.
Joe, we started as running mates and ended as family. And we would not be here without you. And we are grateful. To our amazing foundation staff and our amazing board, to Governor Pritzker, Mayor Johnson, thank you for making this center possible. To congressional leaders and foreign dignitaries who've made the trip, I cherish our partnership together and all we got accomplished together. Thank you.
Thank you, Bucky.
To Michelle, she did me wrong. She wouldn't let me see her speech. She knew she was going to mess me up, and she did it anyway.
Yeah, he was crying.
But she's always made me better. And I could not be more grateful. And to Sasha and Malia, what can I say? You mean everything to me.
Exactly, Jorge. Yeah, MAGA is equal parts reaction to Obama and crony capitalism. He should do more. Yes. Jorge, if all of our citizens, and we are asking regular citizens to do more, how could we not ask the same for Obama? Like, I don't get it. I don't get how that is some like serious black pill politics, that if you don't think that Obama has more influence on American politics than just some random voter. Like, come on, man. What does that take, Nana? After everything that the family has subjected to and never caved or melted down, he can do whatever? How is that the right take? Like, how could he can do whatever he wants? Really? Like think about that. Like, what? The idea that like, bro, like I've gotten death threats as a content creator. I get 1,000 negative comments a day on my stuff. Like, what are you talking about? Like, who cares? The fact that he has a hater and like, I'm sorry, like that doesn't mean anything. What are you talking about? Y'all are doing nothing to rein in Trump? But Nana, you have to be trolling. So you think it's my fault. So it's my fault for not reining in Trump, but Obama doesn't have any power in order to influence political politics in the United States? How does that make any sense? It will take Terry in YouTube chat. Thank you for hanging out. It'll take decades to undo the harm that Trump has done. Exactly, Terry. Exactly. So the idea that I have to the idea that that he has as doing I can't even. It doesn't make any sense. Are you actually comparing yourself? Yeah, Nana. Guess what? I mean, I don't know, you swiped into here, but guess what? I'm actually creating my own 501c3. I am actually creating political institutions that actually mirror my values. So yes, just like Obama, I have my own 501c3 organization. So you just happen to go, and this would actually work in any other stream except for here, by the way. But yeah, we are creating a political organization and a nonprofit from this streamer community. So for the first time ever, that's never happened before. So maybe you can you could join us, or you can donate. That would be nice. Or you can just sit there in the peanut gallery and said that people should do something. But I actually am doing something. So, sorry.
More than 40 years ago, on a late summer afternoon in 1985, I arrived here in Chicago, entering the city through the very spot where this center now stands. I can still picture myself.
And by the way, our 501c3 and our political organization, we literally fight MAGA and MAHA movement anti-vaccine bills in every single state in this country. We are literally doing more of an impact right now than the Obama Foundation that just does this stuff in Chicago. Okay? Like literally, my little streamer community that has 44 people in here, we literally do more political organizing and political actions nationwide than the Obama Foundation does. Like think about that. Like how does that make any sense, dude? Like it's not okay. It's not okay that it's so blackpilling to me. How can he not be asked to do anything more, guys?
Heading down what was then Cornell Drive in a janky used car that I'd bought in New York with all my worldly possessions stuffed in the trunk.
Oh, dude, stop the stupidity. Thank you so much, dude. 5 gifted subs in YouTube chat. Thank you so much, man. Dude, you're awesome. Thank you, stop the stupidity. Thank you, brother.
In the back seat, so I
How? Because I've never heard of exactly, Nana. That's what you should be asking yourself. That's what you should be asking yourself. Welcome, though. I'm happy to have you. Like I genuinely yes. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Obama is not the president. Why aren't you mad at Trump? Because political revolutions happen when you organize millions of people across the country in order to be something bigger than individuals, right? And Obama has the capability at being the most popular politician in the country to organize across all 50 states to have political action that would actually have some actual change. Example. Last October, we found out that it was 423 anti-science bills happening all across the country, okay? Anti-vaccines, pro-raw milk that's going to hurt people, fluoride in the water, trying to take that away. Our little streamer community, okay, we emailed and phone booked every single state. We contacted every single one of those 423 bills. We were helping a physician pass a bill in Philadelphia. We like we actually had like an impact trying to show these people that you would be held accountable if you pass these anti-vaccine legislations, right? I don't know. I mean, and guess what now? There's 230. So it's gone down like significantly since that, you know, and a lot of these bills that they're trying to pass didn't pass. Did they not pass specifically because of us? Obviously, I can never know that, but I'm telling you, Trump would absolutely take the credit if those bills didn't pass. So you know what? I learned something from Trump, and the fact that you take credit for whatever you can. So we absolutely have impacted this stream, this small TikTok and YouTube community has actually helped stop over 100 anti-science bills in this country, all across the nation, from like all those things. This isn't like you can have an actual big impact in politics if you organize collectively. We know that, and Obama has that power in order to do that, like legitimately.
Couldn't see out of the rearview mirror, and I was a safety hazard. And I was 23 years old. I had just been hired by a group of churches on the South Side to help organize a part of the city that had been battered by steel plant closings and chronic neglect.
Obama has not been president since 2016. Trump has more power than him now. Of course. But guess what? Obama as a single person doesn't have political power. Obama as the most popular political person in the country has lots of political power because he can organize. He can create organizations that are bigger than us, than him as a person, and help attack American bills. Help stop this slow spread of fascism that is taking out our science, our institutions, our economy, our immigrants, like all these different things. So he has a ton of power. Again, he probably doesn't want to die. John, there are tons of racist people in there, and absolutely, but like, bro, again, I've gotten death threats. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, they're not actionable, and they weren't like stopped by the FBI. Like, obviously what's happening with him, it's a huge difference. But I'm just saying, like, what is more important? Like, he has to be more impactful.
And I didn't have much organizing experience. Didn't know anybody in Chicago.
I understand what you're saying, but he's not you and he doesn't want to get involved again. Then he's a failure. Then he's not a good political leader. Then people shouldn't look up to him. It's super weird for you to try to tarnish Obama at this time. I'm trying to say I wish Obama was a bigger part of our culture. I'm saying I wish Obama was a bigger part of our dialogue and our national discourse. Like, I'm literally not trying to tarnish him. I'm trying to say, like, hang out more, dude. Make more, like, speeches than once every 4 years. Actually do something. Trump is the president. Absolutely. And as outside of president, like, I'm not the president. Am I the president? No. I'm not the president either, but I'm doing whatever I can politically to organize in order to try to stop fascism. Obama needs to try to do whatever he can in order to organize to try to stop fascism. Yeah, I mean, I'm so disrespectful, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but we don't have, like, this is what the United States is about. Like, we can absolutely criticize people, and I'm sorry. That type of view of politics is ridiculous.
But I had been inspired by the civil rights movement.
Go run for president then. Okay. So what do you think, Halcyon? Do you think that what would have more power, me running for president or him as a past president actually wielding that power? What do you think? What do you think? No, Halcyon, you can't criticize people in power. No, you think I have more president than Obama right now? You think I have more power than Barack Obama in this moment? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, that's insane, dude.
I wanted to make a difference.
That's wild, dude.
I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to do that. I was possessed with this abiding faith.
Go ahead and make a difference. I'm trying. That's what I'm doing this right now. I'm literally doing whatever I can. I'm screaming at my computer monitor in San Diego, and I try to debate like anti-vax people as a scientist in order to try to make an impact in some people's lives. That I'm literally doing whatever I can right now. I am by the skin of my teeth trying to make a difference. Like how can Obama, as someone that obviously cares about the United States, patriotism, as a political organizer, he obviously does care. He obviously does care. Bro, if you think I'm more upset at Obama than Trump, man, like what are you talking about? Like I literally got laid off because of Trump. My career at the science bench was cut short at a company because of Trump specifically. Like I loathe Trump. Like Trump is like what are you talking about? Like that I come on. So talk about Trump. Bro, holy jeez, dude. You're lost, bro. You're lost.
That if we could give people more of a say in the forces that govern their lives, if we could bridge some of the differences that drove us apart, then we could build an America where everyone counts and everyone has a fair shot and everyone belongs. Even a mixed-race kid with a weird backstory and a name nobody could pronounce.
Like Obama's view of politics right here, talking about pluralism, talking about like the whole idea of we're not divided states, we're the United States of America. We're not red, we're blue. We have to have this idea in politics in order to go through this political reconstruction era that we need to go through. We either, as a country, go through political reconstruction after like deconstructing MAGA, or we just decline into fascism, and that is the death of us as a country. So it is so critical that we actually have a leader that is talking patriotically about the issues that Obama talks about. Like he's literally like molded from like a science lab specifically in this reason, like to deal with this political moment, but he just doesn't. He just doesn't. It's crazy. Revolution is the only solution. You have to, Darth. I mean, there is no, we have to have a political revolution. There is no way, there is no other idea. Like, it's either political revolution or fascism. That's it.
And it was here, in this city, a city of broad shoulders, that I found what I was looking for. Day by day, block by block, I got to know the people who lived here.
It won't. We can have a political revolution. I would agree with that, but it won't be Obama leading. But like it. Okay, it. You guys don't understand what happened in 2007 or 2008. You don't understand like how big of a deal it was. You don't understand like this seismic shift in politics that happened because of it. Like we literally had the political revolution dude literally elected. And I don't see how people don't see that. Mystic Drunk, thanks for being here, bro. Thanks for being in YouTube chat. I found your channel the other day with the Clinton-Hovid debate. You owned him, and it was great work. And remember, you can't teach stupid, but it's great entertainment. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you, man. I think I'm trying to let people know that we, as scientists, we can fight back, and we don't have to just be punching bags for people, that we can actually fight in order to make a better country and solve these problems, right? We can't sit idly anymore. You know what I mean? And so hopefully, thank you for your comment. And it's nice. I mean, a lot of scientists reach out to me and they're like, "You're my spirit animal." So I appreciate it. I appreciate you saying that, man.
Their hopes, their dreams.
Yeah, exactly, Nico. I was around in 2007, but I mourned that vision for America in 2014. It's true, but Nico, that version and vision of America is what we are trying to build through Reconstruction right now. We literally need, like, Obama's like pluralistic like version of America. Like, we need that now. That's the only way that we get back from this. That's the only way.
Their tragedies and their triumphs. I witnessed their resilience in the face of hardship, and the quiet heroism of a single mom raising her kids and sending them to college on a secretary's salary, or the priest electing to stay in the city and open his doors to at-risk youth, even as most of his flock had fled to the suburbs. I learned that.
Exactly. It's like it's us asking a prime Michael Jordan to help win a basketball game when your current shooting guard is a bencher. Exactly. Park Tracker, I love that you're using a sports analogy. I genuinely love that. I think that we need to engage people with sports analogies and video game analogies. And like we basically have a retired Michael Jordan here, and our team is getting trounced like 100-10. And like Michael Jordan is just there and he's retired, and imagine him making speeches about like, man, the basketball games are just so boring nowadays. Everyone's getting trounced. Like, why aren't they actually winning? It's like, bro, you're literally retired Michael Jordan. You could just like teach them. You could coach them. You could like help make new players. There's a ton of different things you could do. And everyone like that's criticizing me in chat is like basically saying, well, I mean, Michael Jordan's retired now. I mean, he doesn't play basketball anymore. So we have to kind of say, Michael Jordan's just in the peanut gallery, just like us. And that's just not true. Yeah, Connie, that's definitely it. Why don't you try to contact Obama? Maybe he doesn't realize that we need him as bad as we do. Connie, I think that Obama does. I think Obama does know. And that is the thing that he is completely blackpilled on. And Michelle has told him, you're not getting involved in politics. This is not worth it. Michelle is truly the black pill in the relationship. I think this is what I've heard, through the grapevine. This is total anecdotal and stuff, but like apparently Michelle is the one that's like, we're done with politics. This is awful for our family. And Obama just kind of goes through it. And so in her speech, when she's saying all the great things that he did and impacted the world with, he's like crying, thinking like, wow, she's normally so cynical about politics, but now here she is making a speech about the beautiful ways that I contributed to something. And that's like, that's what I think is happening in his brain. This is like really psychoanalysis stuff, but I definitely think that's what's happening.
Leadership has less to do with titles or rank or chasing attention than with helping others find their voice, reaching their potential.
How are you doing that?
And sitting around people's kitchen tables or on their back porches, spending time in church basements, in barbershops.
I don't put any actual time. I don't put this all on Obama. Like, I don't think about him at all because he's not a part of our politics. So I don't spend any time thinking about Obama. Like I don't talk about him because he's not a player in our politics. So I don't talk about him. You know what I mean? Like I don't think about Obama because he's retired. He doesn't want to make a difference. So he's not making a difference. All right. But now this whole speech and this whole thing is about like, hey, we need, people to come together to do more and create a better union together and solve problems. Like, you do that. Like, come on.
I was reminded that everyone has a story to tell if you just care to listen. Sacred stories, full of courage and humor and grace, and that each of those stories in some way connected to my own.
No, that's the wrong, Jorge. I know what you're trying to say. Obama is not the Mamdani. That's the wrong analogy. Obama is no Bernie Sanders. That Bernie Sanders is the dog that we wish that Obama had in him, who was relentless till his dying breath. Nothing can stop him. All by himself, making speeches by himself on the floor of the Senate. It doesn't matter if he's alone. Oh, Bernie he can be by himself. It could be 99-1. Bernie's still doing that. It doesn't matter. He has that fight in him. Obama is the okay, all right, nobody else is doing it. I guess we'll go back. And you're like, what? Hey, Dr. T.
In other words, I found my purpose here, and I fortified my faith here, and I found my community here. Friendships that would last a lifetime. And I found a girl from the South Side who has been my greatest blessing. Michelle and I, our wedding reception was over at South Shore Cultural Center. You could walk from here. Our daughters were born right down the street. This is where we bought our first home. This is where our kids took their first steps. This is where I launched my candidacy for the Illinois State Senate over at the Ramada Inn on Lakeshore Drive, serving pretzels and soda, embarking on the path that ultimately and improbably led to this day. So, for me,
exactly, Jorge. Hey, Obama, your daughters aren't going to be able to vote. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Like, it's like, it's literally the meme where it's like everything is fine and it's like everything's burning around behind him and he's like, you know, like the pizza's still warm, you know, the pretzels are not stale.
Could not be anyplace else. It's an expression of thanks, an acknowledgement that so much of what I hold most dear, I owe to the people.
Bro, I'm reacting to his speech. So of course, like, we're reacting to Obama's speech, but like, I mean, I'm a Democratic voter. I organized in order to try to help problems. It's just that he isn't like helping those problems along with me. So like, what am I supposed to do? Just be like, I'm not gonna cover it, and we're not gonna talk about it.
Of this city and the people of these surrounding neighborhoods. And it's why we designed the center not to be some lifeless.
When you have a Supreme Court that is 6-3, how do you win? Who can help us? Exactly, Connie. And you know, one of those seats, why that's one of those is 6-3, right? Because he refused to actually seat a Supreme Court seat. Exactly. It's a great point. He could have sat someone in the Supreme Court, but he denied his constitutional ability in order to do that because Mitch McConnell wanted to stop him. And so Obama said, well, all right, there it is. I guess the Republicans are going to stop me from my constitutional ability in order to do it. And who's to blame for that? I mean, the Republicans for sure. But Obama, when that was confronted with that, he absolutely, the next step was, okay, well, constitutionally, it's supposed to be advise and consent. And you are consenting right now in order to allow this. So I'm appointing him anyway. That's just what it is.
Mausoleum. I am too young for that. Not just a place to see Michelle's dresses, although I understand that will be the top attraction. We wanted it to be a vibrant, living celebration of community, where we can.
Dude, it's literally not his fault. He's not blaming it, but he didn't do everything that he could in order to stop that from happening. There's no hindsight here. I said the same thing when it was happening.
Learn together.
You don't need to hold the vote. The Supreme Court seat is sat by the president.
And share the joys of art and music and sport and play. Because it's in those moments that we're reminded of our common humanity. And strengthen the bonds of trust that not only make our lives richer, but make our democracy stronger.
So then how are the Republicans to blame? Because they tried to abandon and stop him from doing it?
We also wanted this center to be a celebration of the extraordinary public servants, many of whom are here today, that made this journey possible. Some of you helped get me elected.
I mean, Denny, I would say that you just unpack the Supreme Court and by changing the amount of seats in the Supreme Court, which is trivially easy. I mean, we should absolutely do it. That's baseline. That is so banal that I think anyone that wouldn't agree with that at some point is not serious about politics. Yes, Joey. Yes, he could have. Why not? Prove it.
Some of you I had to talk into joining my administration. Some of you were seasoned veterans who helped show a rookie president the ropes. But a lot of you were younger than I was when I first drove into this city. And we're all a bit older now. Many of you have children of your own, even grandchildren. But the passage of time has only deepened my admiration for your talent and your dedication and your skill. It's only deepened my gratitude for how much you and your families sacrificed to make this country better. So,
what are you talking about, Joey? You're it's like saying there's you have 2 minutes left in the football game. The opposition scores a touchdown. You're 5 points down, and you're like, well, whose fault is it that we're losing? Well, obviously the Republican team just scored the touchdown, but we got 2 minutes left to go, bro. We can still play the game. The problem was that Obama didn't play the game back. It's not politics doesn't work in just this single lane understanding of how things go. Obama was exactly. Okay, he was prevented from doing that, but he could have done something in return. He could have done something in response to that, and he didn't, and that's his failure. It's crazy. I mean, guys, we have to, as Democrats, be able to understand what happened in order to not make the same mistakes going forward. And no, I want to finish this thing right now, and then I can have you as a guest later. I'm sorry, if you're not able to criticize Obama and try to better change course and do things differently later, you're not serious about I don't see these people. I don't see you as serious. I'm sorry, Like we have harder problems to solve. You know, the fact that people aren't even aligned with Obama could be doing more. That's so mind blowing to me. Like there's even a Democrat in the country that believes that. Like, bro, we have an entire political reconstruction era to go through, a second reconstruction that we haven't gone through since the Civil War. And people are actually still questioning whether or not Obama could have a bigger play in our politics right now. Like, what are you guys talking about? Like, holy, oh my gosh.
This center today or in days to come, I hope you see yourselves and your hard work reflected in every exhibit. And I hope you take pride in what we accomplished together. You made that happen.
See, this is all historical. That's not, it's this historical record. I mean, it's nice. It's like a historical era in the country. I get it. But like, he's just preserving his legacy at this point. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Of course, we did not accomplish everything we set out to do. No administration does. Some of the
I mean, you have presidential immunity. We should need to change the court before anything else goes to jail. I think, Denny, I think that you got filtered. The last comment that I see is, can I join your guest box?
exhibits reflect unfinished
Jorge, hard to see through the haze of the smog from our forests coming from the data centers to profit billionaires. Jorge, did you see that the DOJ is actually trying to stop the lawsuit against the XAI data centers? Because the XAI data centers are polluting without they're violating the Clean Air Act. People are trying to sue them in order to stop the pollution from happening from them. And the DOJ is siding on the polluter's side, on Elon Musk's side. It's just crazy, dude.
business. In some cases, my own
He's not retired. He's not retired. Stop saying that.
shortcomings and mistakes. In some cases, because as a sign,
if every single political leader that we elect at young ages is just going to retire after one or two terms, that should be the most guiding question that we should ask them. How are you going, and what are you going to do after the term limits or after your term? Like, that should be the most like pressing like thing. I mean, this is why we shouldn't have presidential term limits, right? This is why I'm fundamentally against it, because like the democratic will of the people, if we wanted to just keep electing Obama, then we should have been able to just keep electing Obama. But sadly, because of his term limits, we needed Obama to be a Nancy Pelosi. We needed Obama to be a McConnell, to have 20 or 30 years of influence in American politics. And he just didn't, and he hasn't, and he won't. I don't see how people don't get that.
kept on the Resolute desk read, hard things are hard. And that's especially true in a big, raucous, diverse, argumentative democracy like the United States of America.
That is not what's happening in the United States right now, bro. That is not. We aren't having a raucous democracy right now. It is a one-sided slugfest where all of our institutions are failing because of Republicans. There is no debate that's happening.
Everybody's got an opinion. And that means getting stuff done involves reconciling the demands of a couple of 100 million people. Democracy can be frustrating. It can be slow. It can be inefficient. And yet, more than anything, I hope this center will serve as an affirmation of just how special, how precious.
Am I voting for the DSA candidate in Cali? I think her name is Raman. No, I want to actually improve material conditions and try to improve people's lives, bro. We need new voices. Exactly, Dr. T. And like Obama could be the person that's coaching up the new political leaders, that is trying to usher in that next wave of political change in the country, that is trying to making AOC the new Nancy Pelosi, making creating and galvanizing new generations of people.
Democracy truly is.
Obama's not doing that behind the scenes. That you can't do that type of political organizing behind the scenes.
And remind us what we can achieve when we embrace our shared responsibilities as citizens.
Just like, I can't believe telling people this.
A few weeks away from America's 250th birthday, it is worth remembering just how...
Yeah, exactly, Ellie. Exactly. He's so out of touch, dude. He sounds so bad here, guys. He sounds so out of touch here. Like, come on, dude. I understand what he's trying to say. I get that democracy is messy and slow. I mean, democracy is the radical form of government, right? I mean, as opposed to an authoritarian ruling, a single dictator, actually telling you what your reality is, to actually have, citizenry deciding amongst ourselves through a constitution that's written and changed over time to absolutely it's ineffective, right? It's not the most efficient form of government. So he is right in this moment, but that's not what's happening in the United States right now. What's happening in the United States is that a quasi-authoritarian fascist movement that's taking over our country, destroying our institutions, destroying our future. That's what's actually happening. So this idea of like, guys, this is democracy. It's like, bro, but this isn't democracy. That's not what's happening right now.
The whole idea of self-government really was back in 1776. To that point, human history was a tale of conquest and caste and rigid hierarchies. A world where the strong dominated the weak, where power and wealth and status flowed through lineage.
Imagine.
And the many were ruled by the few.
Imagine that.
But out of the fire and steel of a revolution, a different story took flight on this continent. A declaration that we are all created.
He's privileged enough to be relaxed because it is happening, it isn't, and won't impact him or his family. Bro, and it's like how could you see what's happening right now? Like what's happening, it's so, the idea of like, oh, it's just a bad election, guys. I don't think that people really understand the deconstruction that is happening at the institutional level of the government in order to realize like the dangers and the harm that's being happen. It's not like just this like, oh, we got a bad election, guys. Like it's not.
Equal. Endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, and that in the newly independent United States, there will be no kings or lords, no serfs or sub.
Don't you want impact him and his family? Do you see what his family is? Denny, like, bro, he's like, I'm sorry, like, the Obamas are they literally have Secret Service protection. Lifelong Secret Service protection. They're not like subjugated to like the normal realities that exist in the world, bro.
But only citizens, each of us free to pursue our own version of happiness and able to determine our collective fate through an elected representative government. It had not been done.
He's stealing my line. He's stealing my line. Whatever. It's okay. It's okay.
And because it hadn't been done before, the success of this experiment was never a given. In forming our union, the founders fell terribly short of the Declaration's promise.
Denny, that's an interesting question. I don't know.
Leaving slavery intact, allowing states to restrict the franchise, to white men who own property. But in drafting a Constitution and a Bill of Rights, they did have the foresight, the genius, to provide us with a framework that allows each generation to make our union more perfect. And over more than 2 centuries, through petitions and protests, marches and strikes, moral appeals from the pulpit, and conversations at the family dinner table, men and women from all walks of life, of every color, every faith, every region, took up the cause of democracy and made it their own, until we, the people, came to include not just some of us, but all of us.
Except for Obama. Not Obama, apparently. Not all of us. He's saying everyone here. You guys. Not me. He's retired. Where's the retired people at? He's retired, guys. All the people that are retired, they don't have to vote either. You retire from your job, you don't have to vote or politically organized. Everyone is in chat. That's what you guys are saying. Yeah. So but are you retired, graceful vegan? If you're retired, you don't have to politically organize. So maybe you don't need to vote. Right? Is that what you're saying? That people over 65 shouldn't be able to vote? Because I mean they're retired. They're not politically organizing, so that's what you're saying. He's saying that we all have a collective action in order to do something, and he is not including himself in his own statement.
And that's why the story we tell in this building begins not with Michelle's origins or my origins, but with our nation's. With the founding era print of the Declaration of Independence, and a pen and inkstand used by Frederick Douglass, Lincoln's Bible, and a pamphlet by Ida B. Wells, suffragist buttons, and a heart.
Vote by percent taxes paid. That's interesting, Apple. So I kind of like that compared. So basically you have like me having like 33 times the amount of voting power that Elon Musk has. I mean, I'm down for that. I get 33 votes. Elon Musk gets 1 vote. I think that's a Apple user. I mean, you actually have a really interesting like point there. You vote by your effective tax rate. There you go. Okay. So Elon Musk, the billionaires, they get like 1 vote, and then everyone else that has like the normal 30 to 37% tax rates, that we get like way more votes. Not really, but geez.
Hard hat worn by FDR's Labor Secretary, Francis Perkins. And it's why the exhibits here focus not just on policies, but on the shared values that make democracy possible. A belief in the intrinsic dignity and worth of all people, and that no one is above the law or beneath its protection. A belief in checks and balances.
Literally, the president of the United States now has immunity now. I mean, so he's actually above the law, literally.
Government and an accountability that
I'm sorry, they are. I don't know whatever.
With an independent judiciary and a robust free press. A belief.
I mean, guys, it's just a history lesson of like how the United States was. Like it just isn't. It isn't matching reality here. I don't know what to say. It's beautiful. Like I think that genuinely the Constitution of the United States is a beautiful thing. You know, how it's changed and molded over time. That we are a representative democracy. That we have a constitution. You know, these are all things that were radical and still are radical. I think that is beautiful, but the country has forever changed because of Trump too, and the Constitution has forever changed. And if you don't see that and you don't understand that, you're not living in reality. And like, this is my problem. Like, Democrats fundamentally have to understand this so that we can either use the Constitution as it exists today in 2026, the 2026 Constitution, or we go by the 1787 ratified Constitution that is cute and quaint, but like that doesn't exist anymore. And so now then the second order question is it fair then that the Democrats go by the 1787 Constitution while Trump and the Republicans and the future Republicans go by the 2026 Constitution? That's the question. That is the question for every single Democratic presidential candidate. Do the different parties run by different rules and regulations, or do we run by the same rules and regulations? Because I can tell you right now that there's never going to be a Republican that goes by the 1787 Constitution. None of them will do that. But they will hold Democrats to that Constitution. You know, as soon as you talk about anything in terms of Democratic like executive authority or anything like that, all of a sudden, all these MAGA, all these Republicans that I debate all the time, now all of a sudden they're constitutional scholars, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, actually, there's a really big, checks and balances are very important, yada, yada, yada. Like, come on, bro. It just doesn't, come on. It just doesn't exist now. Like, Trump and the Republicans right now are running the country in a form of a constitutional system that they never expect that the Democrats will have that same power. And that's not okay. That's just not okay.
That our military and law enforcement owe allegiance not to any president or political party, but to the people and our Constitution.
Exactly, Gene. You can cheat however much you want to win as long as you win the presidency. That's what we found. That you can cheat as much as you want as long as you become president, then it doesn't matter. And you're above the law then. That's what we know. We can't, is that the system that I wish we had? No. Is that the system that we do have? Yes. What do we do? What do we do about that?
Belief in the peaceful transfer of power after the people have spoken in fair and free elections, recognizing that in a large, complicated society like ours,
he's doing the rolling thing. He's rolling through the applause breaks. He's doing his Obama thing right now.
Group or faction gets its way 100% of the time. And a belief that qualities of character, honesty, integrity, kindness, compassion, a sense of duty.
I do too, vegan. I love Obama. He's a great orator. He's a great leader. But the fact that he doesn't want to lead makes him an ineffective, poor leader. I don't think that's hard to say.
Those things matter in our public dealings, just as they do in our private lives. These are not, these are the values and traditions I believe in. And they are not Republican or Democratic values.
No, God, here it is.
They're American values we can all share, regardless of party. Values every president here today.
Every single president that we have today. Exactly. Historical, old, doesn't exist anymore. Obama can't be president anymore, but I mean, if they remove the third thing for Trump, which looks like they're going to try to at least, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if they have the power to run Trump a third time, which, I mean, they already had the power to ignore the Constitution to allow him to run a second time. So why not run him a third time? But if that's true, then obviously Obama could, run a third time. But I don't think that Obama would want to become president again. I think that the real, way that it could happen would be he could become the Supreme Court justice. the Chief Justice, like Taft did after his presidency. He becomes that would be interesting, I think. But honestly, I don't even know if I agree with Obama in terms of that. It's actually very scary to me how he, like, some of his decisions he made as president. I'm very questioning about his judgment there, but I know nobody else better to be the Chief Justice of the United States other than him.
As we are, has tried.
Hi, Dr. Keisha.
Our best to uphold. Values that John McCain and Mitt Romney believed in. No less.
Question. What do you think he should be leading right now? Obama should be leading the next generation of the Democrats, like working either with the DNC or with a parallel organization in order to lead the next AOCs, the next Mamdanis across the entire nation. We should have dozens of Democrats in training camps, like legitimately trying to like make political change happen, like so that it isn't $10 million in order to run for Congress. They should be like institutions of, for Democrats to become the next leaders of the country. Why do you think that's his responsibility? Because listen to the words that he is saying. He's saying that there is a civic responsibility in a democracy that you have in order to contribute to a project larger than yourself. That is what I'm saying. Okay? That's what I am saying. That if we have that, and as a citizen, he has that as a citizen as well. And he has power as an ex-president and as a political organizer and as the most popular political leader in the country to actually affect some of that change. So, I mean,
Less than I did. It is our greatest inheritance.
The only training they need is to watch the Mamdani speech on the Knicks. Exactly, dude. Like seriously, like have Mamdani, having him doing, seminars on how effective social media should be run. This isn't hard, guys. This is what's so frustrating to me is telling Democrats that they can create institutions and organizations, because on the right, they do this constantly. You see this constantly on the right. They are constantly making institutions, organizations, everything. They're not just media organizations. They're not like Charlie Kirk wasn't just a political commentator or a YouTube channel guy. He had an entire organization that was surrounding him. So like Democrats, we try to build and critique institutions. We think institutionally, but we organize. For some reason, the Democrats organize singly by ourselves, which is ridiculous. Like the Republicans spout this individualism, spout this liberty and freedom in order to be this hyper individualist. But guess what? Republicans do a better job organizing than we do. And it's not because of billionaire funding. That is the number one cop-out. The billionaire funding means that the Republican organizations are going to be better funded than the Democratic organizations. There's no excuse that there are zero Democratic organizations other than the DNC. That there's no excuse for that. Pierre, Obama can't carry us forever. Someone else is going to have to step up. Pierre, I agree with you. But Obama had never carried us at all. He retired in 2016, and that was it. What I wish that would have happened as the slow creep of fascism happened in the United States, he was more of a player in trying to stop that in the last 10 years.
The story of America at its best, because it reflects a basic faith in the decency of our fellow citizens.
Helen, who are the new voices of the Democratic Party? I mean, I'm curious what chat thinks. I mean, obviously, I would say Mamdani and AOC here, but I mean, I don't know. I think you have to have executive experience as well. Obviously, I would say Newsom is a part of that. I think that we do need executive experience. That is a big thing that's lacking in the Democratic Party, is that there is a huge lack of Democrats with any executive experience running an organization, running a city, running a state. Like that is a skill in and of itself. And the problem is, like I'm seeing a lot, Talarico Buttigieg, again, like the problem is that they are legislators, they are not executives, and there's a big difference in that the Democrats have a fundamental problem in that we are not capable of effectively enacting the legislation that we pass. So Biden did a really good job of passing legislation. He was the most progressive, most effective legislative president in our lives. That's not up for debate, but he didn't enact the policies. He let $400 billion go to waste. So yeah, Helen, I think Harris and Shapiro is like the two only ones that actually step out to me that actually have any executive experience on that list. That is, in my opinion, where we should be looking. So we should be looking to governors, we should be looking to mayors instead of legislative priorities in order to actually get a president. I think that is where, by the way, where historically the presidents of the United States have come from. They have come from governors, they have come from mayors, they haven't come from the Senate and the House. So I don't know when this kind of started happening. I think it's probably because of Obama, because he was a senator. But getting legislation passed isn't really the job of a president. So it doesn't make any sense. Pete was a mayor. You're right. That's a good point. That's a good point.
The possibility that despite all of our differences, we can see each other and understand one another and make common cause together.
I agree with that. I think that you have to have if you want class consciousness, if you actually want to break and talk to and actually politically organize with ex-MAGA Republicans, you have to be able to find common cause with people that you disagree with individual issues with. I think that is a big thing that the Democrats actually do need to do. Yeah, Jorge, I agree. The data centers do seem to be a common cause.
I hope every visitor to this center takes away from their experience. And that's why if you come for a day and you don't have time to see everything, I would urge you to skip the clips of my speeches. You have heard
he's gonna talk about the letters here.
Heard them all before. In favor of the stories of those ordinary citizens who helped make that change happen.
Like this again, guys, like I understand, like he's trying to empower us, he's trying to empower the people, like, bro, like what again? Bro, like what are you doing though? Like who is the ex-president here that needs to embody and push Obama to be bigger than himself? You know what I mean? Who is the mid-40s retired president, ex-president that needs a pep talk that can tell him that he needs to be something more in his life? Who is the guy that's going to tell Obama how to become more than what he is? Like Putin? Putin came back. He was president, and then he was like he stepped down, and then he came back and was president for life. So maybe we like maybe he needs to talk to Putin like a little bit. I don't know.
The cancer survivor who feared rising premiums would force her out of her home and was brave enough to speak out about it. She's why we pushed so hard for healthcare reform. The small business owner trying to keep the lights on. The teenage girl who told me she was worried her dad might lose his job in the auto crisis. They're why we focus.
That dad got deported. You know what I mean? That job's gone.
So relentlessly,
like, what are you talking about?
On pulling our economy back from the Great Recession. The wounded warrior, overcoming debilitating injuries. The gay Air Force major serving her country even when forced to hide who she was. They're why we worked to end Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and care for those who've worn our country's uniform and do right by our military families. It's their voice.
Yeah, MJ, exactly. No, Obama came out of nowhere and was the face of energy people gravitated to. Exactly, MJ. That's what I'm saying. Like, Obama was an ineffective president a great political organizer. And we need him as a political organizer right now, not as a president. Montana hates me. She thinks I'm trying to like get her live taken down whenever I go on there, but I don't mind going on there.
Voices that led to our successes. And while going through the exhibits, I'd also ask you listen to the voices of people around the world who've been inspired by American ideas. Yes, America has made its share of foreign policy mistakes. Our actions have not always matched our rhetoric. We've learned that we can't solve every conflict or stop every atrocity around the globe, but at our best.
I definitely we unironically need him as a consultant. Yeah, we need him as a political organizing consultant to like usher in and create a political movement in the country that is going to try to deconstruct MAGA and reconstruct our country. We need a political organizer right now. And he has the most experience and the best political organizer, and who's the biggest, most popular person in the country.
Has been an undeniable force for good in the world. And what I heard on every continent as president is that when American foreign policy lives up to our highest ideals, when we champion human rights and democracy and the sound stewardship of our planet, when we take the lead in eradicating disease and feeding the hungry and educating children, when we encourage cooperation between nations, instead of trying to dominate and bully and squeeze every advantage just because we can. And most of all, when we show through our...
Obama being involved with Energize MAGA to be more hateful? I mean, I don't know if that's... Who cares? You can't live your life because Republicans are going to be mad at it. That's not how we have to politically organize. Like, we have to politically organize so that MAGA is furious, so that MAGA does throw the threats our way. Like, that is actually how, like, that things are working and that things are actually happening. Like, that's the whole point. We're trying to completely deconstruct MAGA and all their elected politicians and all the harm that they have done over the last 10 years. And we are trying to like completely reconstruct our country.
Example here at home that even a country as big and diverse as ours can make democracy work. It turns out all nations, including ours, become more prosperous and secure. And the world gets a little bit brighter.
Dude, the people are they're not liking it, dude. People aren't liking it. This is a very muted crowd reaction, dude. The crowd was loving like Michelle's speech way more. I think it's really hitting home to them, like how hollow this sounds. Michelle's speech was way better. The crowd involvement was way higher. You could see people's faces. They're going down. They're like, this is not a good speech. This just is not a good, this isn't effective as a speech.
I recognize it's been almost a decade since I left office. In that time, we have lived through more war and a terrible pandemic, economic disruptions, mass protests, backlash against mass protests, political conflicts that have shaken the very foundation of our democracy.
But we're better now because of it.
We've witnessed a technological revolution that promises remarkable discoveries, could revolutionize medicine, but is also...
Jorge, it's the speech for the opening of his library seems appropriate. I mean, Jorge, I think that this is the biggest, most highest profile speech that he's given. Since, the creation and opening of your presidential library is the biggest thing that happens after a president. That is the biggest thing. I think that you're downplaying a little bit here. I mean, he's done speeches. He's done public speeches before, campaigning, in 2024. But like he doesn't speak that much, guys. That's the whole problem. That's what we're talking about. He doesn't give speeches like this that often. He's not like this is a huge thing.
So, accelerating inequality that puts all the world's information in the palm of our hands, but somehow.
Stop pitting them against one another. She was not the president. She was his wife that helped him. Larry, I'm just saying that the crowd isn't as like. I think it's pretty obvious that the crowd isn't like connecting with his speech as much as Michelle's speech, because Michelle's speech was retrospective, right? About how there was good times that were had during the Obama administration, that things were there was actual progress that was being done. And Obama's speech is kind of like, hey, things are bad, in the past too, but there's hope in the future. And, we can change where we are now through democracy and through like things, and it's like, I think people are kind of saying and feeling like this doesn't really fit the moment. People are dead silent and they're looking in their laps.
Now makes it harder for us to tell a truth from a lie.
It's not even the crowd was the crowd just is muted.
That connects us.
Look at that pattering. Like that was the applause break, and there was like 5 people.
Instantly, like never before.
Like it's embarrassing.
It makes us more distrustful and more withdrawn and more fearful and more isolated from each other. It's a lot.
Michelle's speech was a love letter to her husband. Michelle's speech was her dealing with it was a memoir of all the things that she hated going through American politics and feeling like there wasn't anything that they got out of it, that like, because she felt like so slighted from it and didn't feel like it was a good time. So I feel like she's saying to herself almost and through her speech, like we did good things through those times, and that's why Barack got emotional, because here she is, the cynic, the one that's like always so downplaying of American politics, saying the beauty of what actually did happen.
For millions of people in this country and around the world, the future feels uncertain, the ground unstable beneath our feet.
I gotta speed this up, guys.
Algorithms keep feeding us a steady stream of distraction
True.
and outrage.
That's what I say every single night. That's what I say. The algorithms run our realities, and I'm happy that Obama's at least talking about it. He at least mentioned it.
Extreme voices get attention, fanning our prejudices, appealing to our basest, most tribal instincts. It's tempting to give in to cynicism and even despair, to stop trying. We start thinking that appeals to democracy and civic participation are corny and old-fashioned and boring and naive.
No, dude. No. We're saying that everyone needs to get involved and everyone needs to do everything that they can in order to stop this fascist encroaching threat. Everyone needs to do whatever they can. But that's where we've been at, because everyone's been affected and impacted by the Trump administration at this point. So to say that it's like, oh, everyone, it's like corny to change things. Like everyone either recognizes, has been personally impacted. Everyone gets it now. Like this.
That the very idea of working on behalf of the common good is a sucker's bet. And that in order for us to win, somebody else has got to lose. I get it. I am not immune to anger or doubt.
Looked over at Michelle there. That was kind of telling.
I do know this. When we lose faith in each other, when we stop believing that voting matters, that citizenship matters, that our collective voices matter, that how we treat each other no longer matters, then we give away our power to decide our own futures. We open the door to the most ruthless, or the most careless, or the most fearful among us.
Dude, look at the crowd. Dude, the crowd, like, they traveled all across the country to be here, and everyone's just, like, hands in their laps, just, like, watching this. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, there's just...
Who see some groups and some people as more equal than others, and see government as nothing more than a way to divvy up the spoils and punish enemies and keep those who are different in their place. I do not believe that is the story of America that prevails in the end.
Oh my God, dude. He's really gonna do it. That's the first applause line.
Because for us to give
the first big applause break. 25 minutes in. 25 minutes in.
To cynicism and division would be a betrayal of our founding ideas. A betrayal of our faith. And I remain convinced that the overwhelming majority of Americans feel the same way. That as unsettled as we are, people aren't looking for perpetual anger and division. They are looking for fairness and common sense and mutual respect.
Dude, but common sense to these people is racism, is misogyny. Like, that's... The whole point to them is that is their lived experience and what they're doing. Like, it's common sense for them that they're only going to look out for people that look like them. I hate that line.
That deep in our gut, we want to find a way to turn towards each other again, not further away. I believe this because I've seen it all across our country. In cities that have worked together to reclaim their streets from crime, in rural communities that have rebuilt their economy, in businesses that are finding new ways to make housing affordable, in those ordinary people in the Twin Cities who brave frigid temperatures, risk their own safety, standing shoulder to shoulder to look out for their neighbors and sometimes look out for strangers because they knew that was the right thing to do. I've seen it.
But imagine telling that story, but like all the different ways that everyone is going outside of their life and doing whatever they can and to do however they can to give back. From Obama's standpoint, doing nothing, who's retired apparently, according to chat, retired and doesn't have any onus in order to do anything. So he's telling y'all, you gotta go out and do all this stuff. You gotta do this Herculean task. Just letting you know.
And I've seen it in
Kat, what has he done? Like, any type of political organizing and stuff is going to be public. We would know about it. Come on. Like, we know that that's happening.
Generation of leaders here and around the world, like Punija and Addison, leaders who are determined to make our governments and our economies and our societies work for everyone. Obama Foundation leaders like Hannah, a Food Corps member from rural Ohio who's helping ensure every child has access to at least one nourishing meal. Or George, an entrepreneur whose nonprofit helps get unused, unexpired medicine, often at no cost, to people who need it. Or Zohran.
He's telling us to pick up the stick that he laid down. Okay, then we can't elect anyone other than 70-year-old presidents now. That's if that is what it is, if that is the conclusion, that after like a political leader is fully retired afterwards, then we only elect people that are 70 and 80 years old as president of the United States. That's what you're saying. I love that you told me about Michael Strano. Oh, people like you and him are true pioneers. Oh, thank you, Midwest. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you saying that. I'm glad that you looked up Strano, dude. Strano Lab is incredible, man.
A human rights lawyer in Poland who's won more than 30 landmark cases.
No, that's the whole point. Like, don't twist my words. That's not what I said. No, that's exactly what you said. That after you're president, you lay down your stick. So, okay, like then we just elect people at the end of their life so that they don't have a stick to put down anymore. So, that's it.
Thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of these young people out there making a difference right now. And this center is devoted to lifting up their stories.
I refuse to vote for anyone over 65. I mean, that's no, Carrie, that's, I mean, apparently if it's okay to retire from politics after you become president, like we should not be voting for AOC at all. We should not be voting for anyone that's young. Like Newsom is too young to be voting for president. Like, are we electing like political organizers and leaders as presidents, or are we electing people that are at the end of their political career that have made their impact? So then we can recognize that, and then we can give them the thing.
Giving them the tools and support they need to expand their impact.
By the way, I'm not sarcastic. I'm saying the logical conclusion of what Obama did to us and what you guys are saying in chat is that you should only elect 75-year-old people. Okay, what I'm saying, in my view, is that we should elect young people that are political leaders, so that they can roll a presidency into a post-presidency era and have decades of political influence in our country. Because that's what I think people should do as political leaders of our country if they're elected to positions of power so young. That's what I believe. That's what I believe that should actually happen. So. That's my position.
For while our work is nonpartisan, we are not values neutral.
So brave.
We have a point of view.
So brave.
The exhibits in the center are not meant to evoke nostalgia for some gauzy bygone era.
It's literally what it is, bro. It's literally what it is.
Some unattainable past that we can dream about and say, oh, we miss you, Barack. They're meant to remind us of who we can be, to remind us of what's possible, so we can forge ahead, clear-eyed and confident, and do the work that still needs to be done. We can learn from the past, but America's story isn't frozen in the past. It has chapters yet to be written, not by one person or a few people, not by Barack and Michelle, or anybody with a fancy title or a high office, but by all of us. You know, one of the things a lot of presidential libraries now have in common is a replica of the Oval Office. And if you take a peek at the one inside this building, you will see some objects that carried some special meaning for me during the time that I was in office. There's a program that a friend from the South Side gave me that he had retrieved.
We may all be different now, but we can all be kind and respectful. No. Like, dude, you shouldn't want to be kind and respectful to people that are burning down your house. Okay? Like MAGA and Trump right now is burning down the house. The house is halfway burnt. And like, we should be detested by MAGA. That is the idea, that we actually do push their shit in a little bit. That is the whole point, that you have to fight back. You have to do something in response to that. You can't, like, you're not trying to, in this moment, be like, oh, I really want to, let's start working together. Maybe.
From the 1963 March on Washington. He was there. There's a Norman Rockwell painting of the Statue of Liberty.
If only Kamala was elected. If only Obama had done any political organizing in the last 10 years.
With workers hanging on ropes, burnishing the torch.
Obama was the person that got elected president. Kamala was the person that we were trying to get elected to president.
She holds aloft. And on the rug, you'll read words from some of America's greatest leaders, including a quote that inspired that arch that you see right there at the south end of the plaza.
The Arch of Truth.
The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice.
I like that it's going straight down, straight into the ground.
That's a quote that was often invoked by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but it originally comes from a Boston minister's sermon more than 170 years ago. And at the time, the abolitionist cause seemed lost. The Compromise of 1850 had made harboring fugitive slaves a crime under federal law, even in those states that had abolished slavery. And in a case that garnered national attention, a young fugitive in Boston had been seized and tried and marched to the wharf by hundreds of armed officers, where he was summarily put on a ship bound for the South, where he would remain in shackles and chains. It was a moment of profound uncertainty and despair. A moment the minister called darker than any New England had witnessed. We do not see, Reverend Theodore Parker observed, that justice is always done on earth. Many a knave is rich, sleek, and honored, while the just man is poor, hated, and in torment. I do not pretend, the preacher said, to understand the moral universe. The arc is a long one. My eye reaches but little ways. I cannot calculate the curve and complete the figure by the experience of sight. I can divine it by conscience. But from what I see, I am sure it bends towards justice. The good Reverend was under no illusions about the perils and obstacles facing the abolitionist cause. His words offered no easy answers, no comforting assurances that he or his congregation would live to see the progress they so desperately sought. Rather, his was a declaration of faith, a defiant call, not to abandon hope or give way to fear, but to stay true to our better selves. and true to one another, and to keep fighting to fulfill the promise of this nation, even in the face of cruelty and bitter disappointment, even in the face of impossible odds. It is that spirit that we open the center.
Oh my gosh.
Today. The same spirit that so many of you showed all those years ago. The same spirit that inspired generations of Americans to meet the challenges of their time. The same spirit that is alive and well here on the south side of Chicago. Same spirit that...
Faith is... Like, hope is a prison, vegan. Hope is a prison. Faith is not a good attribute to have.
We'll see America and the world through its present trials. There is a new generation out there, ready to write the next chapter of our story. We intend to help them do it, and we ask that you join us. Thank you.
Jeez. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy that I don't yeah. I'm just happy that we are like politically organizing, doing whatever we can in order to try to stop this nonsense and try to actually fight back. I don't know what Obama's doing. I don't know what his days are. Maybe he's practicing his basketball game. I don't know. But I'm trying to politically organize in order to try to change things and fight back against this nonsense. So I'm happy with what I've done. I can sleep well. No, and my kids will know that I did everything that I could till my dying breath in order to stop this nonsense. At the end of the day, that's all I can do. I would just never want to become a person like Obama. I would never want to be someone that's complacent in the face of just such abject degeneration of something that I have so much power over. And I would never want to have learned hopelessness so much. And I think that I just think it's pathetic. So it's just, I think it's embarrassing for him, not for me, not for me. I'm happy about it. I'm happy with how I've chosen to respond in the last 10 years. I don't see how Obama can be happy with how he's responded. So I think it's embarrassing. I think it's sad. I think it's pathetic. If we all responded in the way that Obama chose to respond in the face of the last 10 years, our entire country would have no hope. And there would be no arc going to a better future because nobody would do anything. And he is trying to tell other people something that he wouldn't do personally. Like politics isn't about, and the change that he's talking about isn't about just like one flash in the pan. I'm going to try really hard for 10 years here, and I'm going to go from state senator to Senate to, become president, and I'm going to, that's it, like there it is, there I made it, and then drop your bag off and then retire into the sunset. Like that's not what it is. That's not what I want to do. And that's not what I'm going to do. So, but I got to go. If you want to actually organize, to actually try to if you want to politically organize to actually try to change things, I am creating a 501c3. We do have political organizations, a political organization that is coming, that I'm building. If you're interested in that, you can reach out. And so let me know if you have any expertise in science, education, legislation. There it is. You can go to saferi.org. It's a Safe Science and Freedom for Everyone foundation that we founded, saferi.org. And it is the same as me. Exactly. Obama he created a foundation just like me. Just like me, yeah. Saferi.org. We are, so we're looking for volunteers. We're looking for people that want to get involved. If you are interested, there it is. So there it is. I hire some lawyers. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah. None of it will matter if we don't save our environment. That is exact, Carol. That is why I dedicated my life to science, and that is exactly what I am trying to do. So that is exactly what we do. So safe is science and freedom for everyone. And the Research Institute is basically helping guide technology-based legislation. So the idea is that we can bring science leaders, health leaders, in order to create better legislation that we can pass at the city level and the state level. And so yeah, that's what we do. So we basically are doing, like, we want to do due diligence reports for existing legislation, or basically like what is needed, the state of the research. We want to do science outreach, right, in order to try to build better literacy programs for legislators, to let them be better informed about this current science. And then also do educational briefings and technical assistance for basically for future legislation. So creating technical, like technical documents and stuff that they can use. So that's what we do. Yeah, independent analysis, evidence-based education, research-based briefings. We have the research task force, education task force, digital ops, different ways that you can get involved if you want it. So, Carol, I agree with you, and I was just talking about that. So, that's a big part of SAFE that we are going to be, that we need people to help with our environment. There it is. So, absolutely needs to be done. So, yeah. So that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. So, and then if you want to know the current state of science disinformation in your space, what's happening in your space, scienceandfreedom.com is our 501c4. So 501c4, boom, whoops. There it is. Scienceandfreedom.com. So this is the Safe Action Network. This is the accompanying 501c4. So you can put in your address here, and you can actually see your local legislation to see what has actually been and is trying to be passed at your local level. So you can try to actually monitor and find bills in your state to see what is actually what is going on. So you can find your representatives. You can contact your individual representatives in order to see and figure out what's actually happening. So there you go. There you go, guys. It takes a lot of money, doesn't it? But Arya, yeah, I mean, but I don't have any money supporting like 501c3 and 501c4 yet. But we're going to be fundraising, and we're going to be trying to see what we can do in terms of it. I mean, it's just a little late, and I mean, we are just a little old streaming community. You know, we don't have the we're bootstrapping and gum and shoestring trying to figure out what's going on. But yeah, Science and Freedom for Everyone is an organization that we have, that I founded. The foundation's the 501c3, the Action Fund is the 501c4, and we're trying to bring science to legislation at the state and city level across the United States. So we already fight anti-vaccine, anti-public health bills, and we're doing it right now. Yeah. Yo, Duxby, how's it going? Okay, cool. Thanks, Duxby. I appreciate you. That's what I'm doing. But that's what I'm doing, guys. But I don't know. I'm not the president of the United States, the ex-president of the United States. You know, I'm just a little old streamer. You know, I'm just a little old streamer. So we'll see. So. All right, I gotta go. I will see you later tonight. I'll see you tonight. Thanks, Helen. Appreciate you. As always, thank you, Helen, for always being in chat and being so awesome. Helen has done all of this. Helen is a huge part of she's probably called hundreds of people. Hundreds of representatives. Helen is one of probably the most politically engaged person that you probably know in your life. She's done hundreds of calls and emails at this point, contacting people trying to defend your vaccine access. Yeah, exactly. In all 50 states. And she's just in chat right now. That's what we do. That's what I do. That's what we do here. It's Science and Freedom, scienceandfreedom.com. So I found it safe because I'm sick of, I don't think that there has been a organization that's come out of that really mirrors the organization that we see in these streamer communities and online. And I've never seen a nonprofit that's come out of these organizations. And I wanted to politically engage the community that we build online. And that's what we're doing. We're doing it for science, and we're doing it trying to defend vaccine access, stopping the raw milk insanity that's happening. And that's what we're doing. So anyway, I will see you guys later tonight, probably like 9 or 10. I wanted to just finish this Obama React video. And thank you guys. By the way, if drgregshow.com, check me out on YouTube, please. That is like the number one way that you could support me if you wanted to. I put up a highlight video. It's 10 minutes long, and it's really good. So that would be awesome if you checked that out and watched it and commented or followed or subscribed on YouTube. That would be amazing. And thank you. Thank you for being Marsha. Thank you. I saw your comment, Marsha. Thank you so much. I loved that. That was so funny. Your comment's actually pinned. I loved it. You watch till the end. It keeps getting better. I loved that. You're amazing, Marsha. All right. I gotta go. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. I'm genuinely not a doomer. I actually hate Democrat on Democrat infighting. That isn't the point of my content, and I don't try for it to be, because I don't think that it's productive, and I try to keep this space productive and try to stay forward focused and try to have politics as something that we actually engage with rather than something we are just a peanut gallery with. And I don't think that constantly infighting is a productive space, but we have to learn what we're going to do, in order to go forward, and I think we have to learn. So that's what it is. Okay. Thanks for being here, guys. I love you. Thank you for being here. I gotta go do dad mode, and but thank you. I appreciate you, and well, I'll see you tonight. Okay, I'll see you. Thanks, Duxy. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for hanging out in YouTube chat, dude. Appreciate you. All right, bye. In YouTube chat, dude. Appreciate you. All right.